How come Pokemon without arms can use punching type moves? Wooper over here can learn Ice Punch, Shroomish can learn Drain Punch, or worst of all, Ghastly can use Sucker Punch. Or how are these giant Pokemon able to battle in such tiny areas? Like you can just throw out a 47-foot long Wailord in the middle of some building and it can just have a battle without breaking anything. Welcome back to the series where we apply real life logic into video games. And oh boy, the Pokemon franchise, there are just too many things that don't make sense in it. So today, I'm looking at 30 of them. How come you need to use HM moves to break certain objects? Like this little tree, why do you have to cut it? Just have a fire type burn the thing. Or Rock Smash, like Machamp, you punch rocks for a living. Why do you need a move to tell you what to do? Also with HM moves, how can your Pokemon still use them outside of battle when that Pokemon is fainted? You're telling me this fainted Pokemon I can still fly on to other cities? Or what about this shark that I can still ride and swim around on the water? Are you just like using his limp corpse as a raft or something? Cause that's brutal. When you lose a battle, the loser pays the winner money for winning. But when you beat a member of the evil team, why do they pay you as well? Like, is this concept just so ingrained into the culture of the Pokemon universe that even the crooks and thieves on the evil team still feel the need to pay up when losing, even to the guy who's ruining their plans of world domination? What's with all the trainers that just stand there on every route, completely motionless, staring in one direction? Look at them, they're like statues. The King of England should hire them as his guards. They'll stand through the most brutal weather conditions too. Like, guys, this is getting dangerous now. Go home or something. The amulet coin causes you to earn double the money when beating trainers, but how does this item even work? Like, do you have to show the other trainer that you were using it after the battle and then force them to pay up double against their will? And what if they don't have any extra money on them? Then what would you do? So these roaming Pokemon will always flee when it's their turn, but how do they still escape and continue to roam around after you put a status condition on them? Like, imagine seeing a sleeping Entei running around or a frozen Latios in the sky. How does just some 10-year-old kid who's never owned a Pokemon in his life able to beat every trainer, Elite Four member, champion, and take down an entire evil team in about, say, 20 hours time over the course of the game? Like, what has everyone else in this region been doing? Elite Four members train their whole life to get there, but I can beat you in like 20 hours of training. What's with certain Pokemon not being able to use certain HM moves? Like Scyther, for example, can't learn Fly, but this little pigeon can. Imagine just flying around on this tiny bird while laughing at everyone stuck on the ground using a Scyther. How come your trainer can't get over the tiniest of ledges? Look at this, just take one little step up, like how unathletic are you? Or just use your flying Pokemon that fly you across the entire region, but instead get them to fly you like a foot upwards. This is just laziness at this point. Pokémon Scarlet and Violet, you know I had to mention these games. What doesn't make sense is this, and this, and this, and this, and this, especially this, and this, and this. What decides whether a Pokemon has the levitate ability or not? You might say, well, obviously if they're levitating or not. Duh. But then what about Geodude, or Magneton, or Chandelure? So these Pokemon have levitate, while these don't. So where's the consistency here? The air balloon item makes all Pokemon immune to ground moves since it holds you up. But my question is, just what is this balloon made of? Look at its picture. It's this tiny single balloon that can hold up an 800-pound Aggron, a 1,000-pound Snorlax, or even a 2,000-pound Groudon somehow. Obviously, in Pokemon, there are many items to restore your Pokemon's health, like potions that restore 20 health, or water that restores 50. So this potion that is presumably made in a lab heals less than some water? Just give each of your Pokemon one of these gallons and you should be good. How come you can't catch a fainted Pokemon? That would seem like the easiest time to catch it, but no. Instead, the battle just ends. Like, what? Who is ending this? Let me just catch the thing. The trainer's backpack. What is this guy using? This ain't just some ordinary bag. You can carry 99 of every single item, plus a bike, 3 fishing rods, multiple other cases as well, all while still having some room left over. How do Pokemon just forget moves? Like, what does this move deleter do to them? Does he go in their brain and mess with their minds so they forget what they already know? That's kinda messed up, man. And speaking of moves, how can Pokemon only remember 4 of them? Like, do all Pokemon suffer from short-term memory loss or something? Okay, I can give some slack to like Snorlax or someone, but Alakazam has an IQ of 5,000, yet he can't even remember a 5th move. Why is it that you just never have a dad except for Pokemon Emerald? It's never explained either, you just never meet him. Is that like one of the necessary traits of a future Pokemon League champion or something? How do TMs work? I mean, they just look to be CDs. How is that randomly gonna teach a Pokemon a move? Do all Pokemon just have like a CD slot where these go into? Or are these just like instruction videos that you play on the TV on how to use that move? And then you just get your Pokemon to watch it. And also, why do you need a certain amount of badges to use HM moves outside a battle? Like, you're saying Pokemon can't cut down trees, fly trainers to other cities, or just break rocks without getting the gym badge first? Is it like illegal or something to use them without the badge requirement? Can Pokemon in the wild not do this because they can't get any badges then? How does battling while surfing work? Firstly, you usually battle some sort of fish that swims, right? But then how do you send out a rock type that just battles in the middle of the water? It should sink like, well, a rock. I don't even know how it stays afloat. And don't even get me started about fire types with their flames battling here either. And secondly, so you're clearly surfing on the Pokemon that has surf on your team, right? But how do you then use that Pokemon in battle if you're surfing on him? What are you then surfing on? Are you like swimming now? And if so, why do you even need to surf in the first place when you're just gonna swim? Some of the routes in this game, who designed them? Yeah, let's build a path, guys, and then put a ledge right in the middle of it. Or how about instead of going around the tree, let's just have it hit right into the tree and have it stop. Who engineered these paths? So these Snorlaxes that block the path, why do you need to wake them up, then battle them, then to only see it use rest again, and then you catch it? The thing's already asleep to begin with. That makes it easier to catch. Why go through all the effort of waking it up and battling it when it's just gonna go to sleep again? Or just throw a ball at him and sneak past while the Pokeball shakes or whatever. What kind of super bikes do these trainers use here? You can bike right through sand, snowy surfaces, or even bike right upstairs somehow. Either this bike is crazy versatile, or you should join the BMX games. Damn, maybe that's why these bikes cost $1 million. The move explosion. What? Just what? You're literally detonating a bomb somehow. Are all these Pokemon who use it secretly creepers? And how does everything in like a 6-mile radius not get destroyed? Just look at this. Plus your Pokemon only faints. Like he just somehow survived and didn't die while he produced this massive blast? He just got a bit tired? What is with some of these fences along these routes? Like, who builds fences in the middle of all these grassy fields? They're not even a part of a house or building or anything. They're built like mazes too. Is someone just trying to annoy all the trainers that walk by here? When a Pokemon gets poisoned, it takes damage in the overworld too. But how come your Pokemon only gets hurt every time you take a step? So you're totally healthy, but if you move, then you get sick, but then once you stop, you're fine again? If you guys want to see some things that don't make sense in Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, or Smash Ultimate, then check out the playlist I created in the description with the entire Things That Don't Make Sense series in it. And also subscribe if you're still liking this sort of stuff. Alrighty, take care and have a good one.